How can we ever really be happy again? Well, the good news is the United Nations is here to save the day. And they've got a brand new report that I want to show you. It's great. It's titled World Happiness Report. Now, this report prattles on for about 150 pages, and quite honestly, I had to pay somebody today to read it because it is boring as snot. But it features a bombardment of meaningless charts and ramblings, but the report never actually defines the word happiness, which you would think was important. But then it conveniently leaves out any data when it draws its conclusion that happiness is directly related to, wait for it, show it, income equality. From page 71, in both the U.S. and Europe, increases in inequality have, other things being equal, what are those other things? Produced reductions in happiness. The effect has been stronger in Europe than in the U.S. This difference probably reflects ideological differences. Some 70% of Americans believe the poor have a chance of escaping poverty, compared with only 40% of Europeans. But it goes on. Interesting, the actual facts are actually the other way around. Translation, America sucks. There's more intergenerational social mobility in Europe than the U.S., and there is more mobility where there is greater income equality. But attitudes have an effect on perceptions and thus on happiness. Translation, America not only sucks, Americans are stupid. They still believe the American dream stuff. They'll experience more mobility. But in reality, as the report points out, it's actually just the socialist utopia of Europe that provides the most mobility. And therefore, say it with me, America, yeah, right here, the most happiness. Oh, yes. Now, the report recommends that the government plays a large role in trying to make people more happy through policies that will level that income inequality gap. So, let's go through this. 1, you will find happiness in money. Learn that, because that's what it's all about. Money. 2, government needs to redistribute wealth. Needs to be more like Europe. Just like that beautiful place. Oh, have you ever been to Greece? Oh, it's beautiful. Well, right now, people are literally taking their life, they're killing themselves in the streets of Athens, but what's the big deal? Okay, so who reported this? Who produced this report? Glad you asked. This guy, Jeffrey Sachs. Now, he's the director of Columbia. Do we have my pipe? I've got to have my pipe if we're talking about Columbia. Columbia University's Earth Institute. Oh, especially with my 1791 patch on my jacket. Oh, don't I look so elitist? I almost look like John Kerry, don't I? Anyway, this institute there in Columbia University has ties to socialist think tanks and to, Pip and all rest, this guy. No way, George Soros. Yes, come on, pull in here. This is our wanted old and alive poster, and I am currently offering $1. Anyway, George Soros is one of Sachs's biggest supporters. Yeah. In fact, George Soros handpicked him to help transition Russia from communism to capitalism. And he donated $50 million to his Millennium Villages project. Yes, George, I'll help you out for $50 million. He says that aims to end extreme poverty. I wonder how that's going for him. Soros gave a kind of a peculiar quote as to why so much money was given to him. Quote, yes, in a humanitarian action, said George Soros, it was a good investment on its own, but if it succeeded, then, of course, you'd get a reward. It would probably be way out of proportion to the investment made. So wait a minute. Let's see if I... so there's another goal besides the humanitarian action? Gee, I wonder what that could be. I wonder. Here's the thing. It's always the same people